Everyone, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Outcasting, where I'll be sharing bits of science towards freedom. And today I changed up the scene with the river. It's a little cold, but it's a beautiful morning, and I figured I'd share that with you. So today's topic, I'd like to talk about spirituality. And I know a lot of people have a negative connotation idea of what spirituality means to them, and that's because obviously religion has kind of ruined that word, and so a lot of people tend to shy away from spirituality and what is spiritual, what is spirit. And so it is very understandable why a lot of people stay away from those words. But if we are being honest with ourselves, spirituality in its real essence just means simply becoming aware of your own bullshit. So that means as we grow, as we take ourselves down this path, and this unique path, our unique journey, we become aware of our own bullshit, and that means our own dogma, or becoming aware of dogma, becoming aware of lies, becoming aware of that which is not true. And as we become aware of these things, this is what reveals the harsh truths of reality. And that is why spirituality is so painful, because as we find dogma, as we find anything in life that makes us not feel well inside, makes us suffer, it becomes very difficult. Life becomes very difficult, and we don't like when life becomes difficult. We don't like when we find dogmas, and that is why we run away from that part of reality so much. So it is very, very important that we understand that spirituality is about coming out of our darkness, coming out of our ignorance into light, becoming enlightened, starting to recognize that darkness is not a place that we can stay because we can't see. So that's why we go in search for light, which is in search for truth. And we also come to realize that being spiritual means that we are resistant. We become resistant to authority, man's authority. We start to understand that slavery and government, which are one and the same, really, we start to understand that these things do not benefit us, in the sense that they do not help us evolve as a species. And being spiritual is about evolving our species. So as we start to recognize this in ourselves, we understand that it is our duty, it is our, I would say, our life goal to keep moving forward in life, finding the dogmas in life, and then transcending past those. Because it's about growth. It's about growing. It's about knowing that there is more to ourselves than just running away from the harsh truths of reality. I feel like I'm a little frozen out here. It's pretty cold. Stumbling over my words here, but the point is that if we are growing, if we're raising our frequency, then this can cause separation between our friends and family. It can definitely make us feel isolated and feel alone. But the truth is that it is so much more important that we do this, because then we're being honest with ourselves. That's what spirituality really means. It's about being honest with the self. And as we see ourselves start to separate from our friends and family, that becomes very painful. And I know by lots of experience, but the truth is, it's like, if you look at it like you have two cars on a long road of life, okay? And this represents your friends and family, and this represents you. Well, eventually you're driving, right? And eventually one of you is going to run out of gas. Well, let's just say that those who are not taking their spiritual path serious, they start to run out of gas, and then you keep moving forward and you keep pursuing truth. Well, eventually you're going to get tired, and then you're probably going to run out of gas eventually, and then your friends and family might catch up, and you guys might unite again in some way, and that's really what we hope for. But it doesn't always work out that way, and that's life. And I think that it is so important that we stay open and understand that, as long as we're pursuing truth, then we are aligning to what is right in life. We're being honest, and honesty always, it's not always like, it's not a comfortable, sweet ride like what we all would like, but it definitely leads us into a place of clarity and higher definition of the self, and it is, it's the right thing to do. So, and I'm going to get more into what I mean by that in future episodes, but man, my knee and my leg are starting to get numb here. But if you would like to learn more about the topics of these shows, you can visit cubbyhole.com. That's CUBBYWHOLE.com, and I have created a podcast that you should start in order from one and work your way forward, so that way you get the maximum value and understanding of the work that I have put together on there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here, and then if you guys stay tuned for the next episodes, I should be going into truth and truth discovery. So watch out for those, and I am going to go ahead and get off here, and thank you for joining.